Good. Well, hello again.
Been a while.
Been a while, yeah. Another year. So we're going to see The Lion King today. And I kind of deliberately selected this one because I thought this would have like the most interesting reactions. You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we are big Lion King fans. Like the original.
It's nostalgia. It's pure nostalgia.
Especially from when we grew up. The 2D Lion King is among the top 3 probably best 2D animated Disney movies ever made.
Yeah.
It was their most successful anyway, and it was basically the peak of the Disney Renaissance. And everyone loved it. Everyone went crazy. Everyone still loves it today. It's still a very beloved movie. You know, with Aladdin and the Little Mermaid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to see the live action remake now. What's your actual thoughts on the whole Disney live-action remake thing?
I do not like any of them.
No, you don't like any of them? Okay. Off the top of my head, I've seen Dumbo, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Was there any others? I can't remember what others they've done, actually.
Beauty and the Beast.
Dumbo, Beauty and the Beast.
Maleficent.
Oh, I didn't see that one. There's quite a few, but it seems
Aladdin?
like... Oh, Aladdin, yeah, Aladdin.
Jungle Book?
No, I didn't see the Jungle Book one.
Okay.
So, for me, my honest thought on the whole remake thing is... It's a lazy attempt to cash in on some of your biggest previous successes, really. Like,
yeah, they're kind of depending on your nostalgia to think, well, we're going to try and do a new... It's like, well,
it's
just
right.
kind of... It wasn't broke. No. Why try and redo it?
It's riding the nostalgia gravy train, basically. Oh, people loved Aladdin, so let's live action it. Honestly, the live action Aladdin was okay. It was... Yeah, I mean, the problem I have with them is, see, when I watch ones like Dumbo and Aladdin, I thought they're good, but do you know what they're doing? They're reminding me of the original. Why am I just watching the original? Yeah, there's none of them that have been better that I've seen. None of them have been really close. I mean, the Beauty and the Beast one was okay. We did a review on that one.
Yeah.
You liked that less than I did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but again, it was just like I could have just been watching the original. So with this one, it's got very mixed reviews, and it says pretty much the same thing. It really highlights the fundamental problem of these movies in that they might look very good, and first of all, it's 2019, the film cost $250 million and it's made by Disney. There's no excuse for it to look bad. There's absolutely no excuse for it to look bad.
No.
It costs $50 million more than Avatar, and then think how much advertising goes on top of that. So it's got to make a lot of money to make its budget back, but it will. It will.
There's no argument.
There's no question it'll make its money back
for that one.
But it seems to highlight the problem that it looks great, but you're just retelling the same story, yet you're doing it with live action. So it's...
My issue with most of the live actions is that all of them are longer, and you're thinking, why is it longer?
Yeah,
why?
it's like, what, half an hour longer or something?
Add little nippets to like fix plot holes and things like that from previous things, and you just think, but why?
Yeah,
especially with the Beauty and the Beast one. That's the one that bugged me the most because it over-explained too much. It explained too much, and yet it explained nothing.
Nothing at all. Yeah, but you were saying this one has 2 new songs, which presumably by Beyonce, because you've got Beyonce there, so you're going to have her sing a song or 2. But but with Dumbo, first of all, I don't know if this is controversial, but I thought it was too Tim Burton-y. It was, let's just take a story and let's just do all the sort of quirky, dark things, and it really just wasn't. It was just kind of okay. I left the movie thinking it was okay, but I'm never ever going to want to watch it again.
I fear that's what we're going to feel after watching this.
I think, but the problem is because of how beloved it is and because of how much we like it, I'm worried I'm going to be more annoyed because I like Dumbo, but I don't like it on the same level as I like Aladdin or Lion King, for example.
Yeah.
So this one's going to annoy me more if it's...
I don't know what it is, but like somehow I feel like the animated one is going to feel more epic than this. I don't know why. You know, like certain scenes, like the canyon scene. I don't know how they're going to make that scene more epic.
Yeah, but even if it does look good, we're going to think we've seen this before. So
yeah.
So.
But I mean, the problem is they've got the issue of if they do it scene by scene, exactly the same script.
Fucking be angry about that.
People are going to be angry about it. But if they did a lot of things different, you're not going to win either. So they're not going to win.
They've really painted themselves into a corner with this whole live action thing because you're just repeating your stories but in live action. It's really not adding a lot.
Nah.
I mean, it might. I mean, there might be great scenes in it. There probably are. There's bound to be a few good things. It's supposed to look very, again, pretty, but they have no excuse not for it to look pretty. There's probably going to be some things to enjoy. It'd be nice to hear the music again. We never seen Lion King on the big screen when it first came out, so this is our technically first time seeing it in the cinema.
If the old Lion King came out about exact same time as this one, hands down I'd go to the old one. I wouldn't go see this one.
Yeah, oh no,
I'd go
yeah,
see the old one.
What's that when
Repeatedly go see
they
the old
re-released
one.
Toy Story 3 in 3D, Toy Story 2 in 3D, and a bunch of us went to see that, and it was really good, but it was the same movie. It wasn't like, say you did a live action Toy Story. It would just just be. So for me, the whole live action thing is, I hope these movies are enjoyable, but for me, it's a fundamental problem of you're doing the same thing again. You're just
to cash in.
Yeah,
really.
It'd be like taking an old but reliable car and then giving it a really glossy paint job. It might look a lot different, but it still runs about the same.
Yeah.
So for me, it might still be enjoyable, but you still have that problem of, we've done this, and I'm going to be watching this movie like, that was good in the original.
I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
That was better than the original, or this is surprising. Another problem is it takes away a lot of the tension. Yeah. Because is this character going to die? Well, he's going to die. We're not going to be sitting there thinking, is Mufasa going to die? Is Simba going to learn? Is he going to go back to confront Scar? We know. So we're walking to a movie where we already know the story. I guess it's like when you've read a book that you really like and you go and see the adaptation of it.
Yeah.
But that's going from novel to film. So it's going from two completely different mediums. This is going from film to film.
Yeah, I am very curious as well to see how they do the musical numbers, because with animation you can make them all bouncy and flamboyant and stuff. But if you're trying to make the lions look as realistic as possible, you can't exactly have them doing
but I'm not sure
cartwheels.
I'm not sure it's entirely fair to call it live action, because it's pretty much all CGI.
Well,
and it's not like the Jungle Book where you have a human kid who can interact with it. No, it's all animals.
Yeah.
But James Earl Jones is back.
Yes. I hope the voice acting is really good.
Well, James Earl Jones, it can't be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
As long as he doesn't sound tired like he does in Star Wars.
So that's our initial... So going in, we're very hesitant. It's usually no expectations, but now it's a very...
I'm unexpectedly pessimistic.
Yeah.
I'm just pessimistic, but...
Yeah.
If it makes me smile once, maybe that's an accomplishment, but it'd probably just be purely from nostalgia.
So we'll see, but... So yeah, we'll head in, we'll see. We're... Fingers crossed it'll be good, but we're not expecting loads.
Much. No.
All right. Well, that's a sort of Lion King. Do you want to go first? I think you should go first.
One word. Nothing. This film was nothing.
It was nothing,
and it did nothing but piss me off. No end.
Okay. Of all the live action Disney movies I've seen so far, that's the worst. That's the worst, easily. And the other ones weren't great or anything, but at least I felt like they were trying to do something with them. They were trying to go somewhere. There was some interesting things thrown in. This was, the script was copy paste. It was, in some scenes it was absurd. It was like they were repeating it line for line. Maybe they sort of switched the line around, but
I get that though. But then when they did try and add stuff to it, it wasn't even nothing. It took away.
It felt like filler. Like there was a lot of bits because the original's about an hour. The original's about an hour and a half. This one's 2 hours. So that bit where, like, the bit of near the start of the first one where Scar slams his hand down in the shoe, whatever. The little mouse pops up, and it runs about for about 2 minutes for no reason. It's like you're watching an Attenborough documentary.
It's for two reasons. One, look at the graphics, and two, filler. That's the only reasons I can think of why I did it. It was just. Why did they feel the need to make it 2 hours long?
I don't know. I want to compliment the looks of it. It did look good, but again, like I said in the before video, there's no excuse for it not to look fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, it really harmed it in one thing I noticed straight away is the expressionlessness
on the face.
Oh my! When it was cartoon, like that bit where Rafiki first meets Mufasa up on Pride Rock when he's going to put the stuff on Simba's head, and where Mufasa smiled. That looked great in the cartoon. In this, it's like
there's nothing.
It's like face is frozen. It's like he had Botox. It's like he couldn't move.
Strange how they tried to make it look so realistic and yet so lifeless at the exact same time.
It completely took the expressions away, and then on top of that, the voice acting. It just felt...
What on earth was going on?
It felt completely half-assed. Look, James Earl Jones is a god of voices. He's got one of the best voices ever. I don't know if it was...
In the Star Scar Wars, he sounded tired. He sounded like he had a bad throat or something. This, he just sounded like someone woke him up after a long night or something, and just like, can you just read these lines?
He sounds like he was dragged out of bed for 3 o'clock in the morning and given the script.
You know the iconic scene where he grabs onto the thing and he goes, Scar! It's like genuine panic. This was just like, Scar!
But I was wondering, is it because he's done all this before? Just all sorts of lines, everything the light touches, Simba.
Is our kingdom.
Yeah, everything is connected in the great circle of life. It just, he sounded so emotionless.
There was no emotion to it. And even
None
then,
at all.
like there's certain lines that the original, like, gave a pause for you to take it in and stuff. This just glanced over it, crack on, next scene.
The film is a combination of being, in some scenes, way too slow, and in some scenes, way too rushed. Like, it's hollow, it's emotionless. There's some scenes where something just happens, okay, run to the next scene. Oh, well, I guess that was that scene then. It's just like so many movies that they just go from one scene to the next, and there's no real flow.
No.
The whole thing, it just felt like an almost beat-for-beat remake of the movie. This film perfectly epitomizes how unnecessary these live-action remakes are. And I don't know how you
Timon and Pumbaa
were terrible.
Whoever said their chemistry was fantastic should be beaten.
It
was absolute.
It was
oh
awful.
God. Can you remember Ant-Man and the Wasp when they did those things and they did a joke, and then fair enough, you should have left it there, but no, they had to keep going and going and going and adding little bits to it to try and make it more funny, and it just killed it. And
we mentioned that in review.
It
it's the kind of comedy where you'll get two people and like sort of sidekicks, and one says something and the other one's like, oh no wait, maybe you shouldn't do that. Oh, maybe she can't. Oh, what about this and that? And it's like back and forward.
The hyenas.
The hyenas were like that. There was two hyenas. There was a running joke
about personal space
where one hyena would stand next to say, oh bro, my personal space. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, man, you're invading my personal space. It doesn't pay off at all.
No.
It does it about 3 times. It wasn't even funny the first time. Like, I don't think I've ever been to I can't remember the last time I went to a funny movie where the audience laughed that little. There was barely a giggle in the whole audience.
Remember that live bait bit? All they had to do was just leave it on them staring at Pumbaa, who didn't say anything, just looked a bit clueless, but nope. They dragged it dragged it.
It went on and on.
Oh my God. Where was Ed?
Ed.
Bring back Ed,
this
the
movie
hyena.
needed an Ed. Like, that's another thing. This movie wasn't funny. Like, Timon and Pumbaa in the original, like, they were great. They're really funny. Like, again, you had the great 3-play with the hyenas. Now there's 4 main hyenas, and then there's a ton of others when there wasn't before.
Pack.
There's a huge pack, like, right at the start.
Fair enough. The so-called queen of the hyenas. Fair enough. I got her. She was alright.
She was pretty cool. And another thing that was a problem with this, despite the fact it tried to be big and everything, this movie unlike the first one, this movie had no grandeur. Remember the what's the song? I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Remember what it was like in the first one? They were on this giant. It was like this giant stack of animals, and it just looked fantastic. It was really colourful. It was really vibrant. In this movie, half the songs are sung
when they're running.
People are just like walking along. They're just like walking along a path, and they're just singing the song as they walk along a path. Oh, that's exciting.
It's been a very long time since I've watched a film in a cinema, and it's genuinely infuriating.
It's genuinely really let me down. What's the other song? Be Prepared.
What the hell did they do to that song?
That was terrific. Do you know what it felt like? It felt like they kind of segued it. It felt like
no joke. It was like 2 lines of it, and then all of a sudden, Be Prepared.
It felt like one of the actors. It was like, say you're on stage and one of the actors accidentally started singing a song early, and everyone was like, "Well,
what
just
are you doing?
Everyone,
just go with it."
And everyone was like, "Just go with it." And the guy's like, "Be prepared, Quesadilla, I'll be king undisputed, respected." So like, remember that bit in the thing where all the things are marching along, and then Scar goes up on the shout thing on this.
It is epic. Again, in the cartoon, epic in the original.
He's walking around, this hyena's there, and then he kind of climbs up a rock and then roars, and then he did that.
Even though even Scar's voice is just
it wasn't great.
Bland, not intimidating, not even like because like James Earl Jones' voice, that's an epic voice. But then when you had Jeremy Irons, it was sneaky, creepy kind of but it was classy and manipulative and very. But this was just
every line James Earl Jones did, you could hear how much passion there was. It was Chiwetel Ejiofor, I think that's how you say his name, the guy from 12 Years a Slave. I thought it was Timothy Dalton, to be honest. I mean, he was kind of good in parts, but a lot of the time, the problem is, this movie too much felt like it was just going through motions. Like, we have to have this, and then we have to have this, and we have to have this, and there was no passion to it. There was no passion. There was no soul. There was no exuberance. You had Beyonce doing a voice that was pointless.
What was the point? You know when she went, "Lions attack." We didn't need that line, love. We can clearly see what's going on. I mean, Oh my god!
And then the stampede scene. Remember that bit in the cartoon with the stampede? That fantastic
in.
that one-shot take when the stampede shoot out. No, it's a tiny little lump, and then
when it did the thing when it zoomed in on Simba and it seen the panic on his face, that wasn't there. It wasn't there at all.
No.
It just all of a sudden, oh, Simba's running. Oh, okay.
They omitted so many good bits, and a lot of stuff they left in was just mundane.
Yeah. It was 2 hours long, and I felt every minute of that 2 hours.
2 hours long. It felt like the movie felt like it was an obligation. It didn't feel like, yes, great, we're going to make this movie. It's like, I suppose we have to make this movie now, so let's. It felt like everyone turned up and gave 50%. I'm not trying to criticize the voice cast. It was probably just bad directing, but so many of the voice actors didn't sound like they really cared. Everything sounded obligatory. Like, I guess we have to do this and we have to do this. There was no passion. There was no exuberance. I feel like I have to go home now and watch the original just to cleanse myself of this one.
It's a bit dramatic, but I totally get it at the same time.
It is dramatic, but
oh my god!
No, this movie was annoying as well. It was
no. Like I honestly just want to say out to everybody, for Christ's sake, save your money. Just don't bother.
Don't go, because
it just encourages them to keep making these fucking remake or reimagining or whatever the hell they are. Just don't bother.
No. We seen it in 2D. I'm glad I didn't pay 3D prices. I would have been even more pissed off if I had to do that. But no, official things. I think this is one of the first times we've been flat out, no, do not go and see this. Like, how much can you think of it that was good, aside from how it looked? And yeah, the songs were good, but again, it was more because it was reminding me of songs I liked from the other one.
The only thing I liked was the score.
Yeah.
The score.
You've still got Hans Zimmer's score. You've still got that great piece of music at the start, the great piece of music during the wildebeest stampedes. But other than this movie is just empty. That's the best I can say. Like, so many scenes end and you've learned nothing, you've felt nothing. Yeah. There's a lot of scenes where like things will stop, but it'll be really quiet. You'll not hear anything in the background. Like, did they forget to add sound here?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Not a single thing is done better than the original. No. Nothing. I want to go home and just watch the original now to remind me of how much I love the characters, how much I love.
The original was more epic. It had more life to it. It had more passion to it. More facial expressions. You connected more with the characters. You felt more for the characters. For this, not because they had no facial expression, no nothing. You just felt nothing.
This felt
absolutely nothing. But but pain and just like, oh my god.
This just felt so much like a product.
Yeah.
Just a product, not a passion piece, nothing. No. Just a product. Not like those movies you hear people spend 20 years of their life trying to make. No, this was just another money making tool. It will make money.
Even then, it really doesn't deserve the amount of money it's going to make. It does not deserve it in the slightest.
It doesn't. Not a lot of effort was made in this. I'm really disappointed.
Yeah, there's no other of the remakes that I wanted to see, and even this one I was just but I felt obliged to see it. I'm just like, never again. No, Christ,
I could list far more things I liked about.
I'd rather spend my money on buying every single DVD of the original things and watching them than spending one more.
I'll go home and I'll watch the original. So for me, the Disney live action remakes have been okay. This was bad. This one was flat out bad.
Quote Siskel and Ebert.
I hated this movie. Hated this movie. Hated it. This was so overall not a good movie. If they're going to continue with this is the whole live action. This is a big step backwards. This was bad. Did not like this at all. So that's what we thought. Hated it.
Please take our advice and not watch it. Please.
If you have to, wait till it comes onto Netflix.
Wait till you don't have to pay anything to see it.
Just watch it there. It's
in-flight movie.
Watch it on a plane. Because at least then
it'll distract you from your fear.
It'll kill time. That's what it is. But overall, did not like this movie at all. No. Really bad.